hot chocolate is bing.
Mate, hot chocolate's so nice.
Yeah, it's
I'll
better.
wolf that flapjack down.
We've started a poddy having whiskey before, so it's much nicer.
And it's like
Evolving.
it's been like 6 months. We've aged like 18 years.
Yeah, or gone back 5 years.
Yeah, and I think
More years, maybe.
that's so meta.
That's so meta.
We haven't told you shit about the earthquake yet, have we? Or have we
Tell
been
me all
holding
about
it
it.
off?
Tell me all about it. Cue the dramatic music.
In it.
Drum roll.
Do you I haven't actually heard your side at all, really, because I always tell the story, so I don't actually know too much about yours, so you should tell your thing,
Yeah.
and I'll just tell my slight difference.
Fair enough.
Also,
Also
then I
not
can eat my
boiled then,
flapjack as well, because I haven't touched mine yet. So
Yeah, go on. I want to hear the Louis side of the story.
So basically, you all know I'm a fucking doily.
Yeah.
So, when the original quakes were happening,
no,
did you drop your flapjack?
in my hot chocolate.
That's so peak.
Soggy.
Never dip the hot.
Never did.
Never did
the hot.
Never loseth the flapjack in
Never-
the string.
Never drop a
No, take your off flapjack. Sorry,
That's
mate.
big.
Carry on.
Yeah, so it was all shaky, a bit rocky, and I just put my shoes on, grabbed my camera. I originally thought it was the air conditioning, fucking
Mate,
up.
you're such an
That's
idiot, right? So I clocked straight away it was an earthquake, right?
Earthquake man.
Innit?
No.
It was like a superhero.
Mate, the
earthquake,
floor's
man.
moving,
Mr.
mate.
Earthquake.
The floor started to tremble, you know what I mean? So it's bare obvious, it doesn't take a fucking genius to work it out, right? But one thing Louis
Air
isn't
conditioning.
it's
Not
not
a
fucking genius, right? So he goes and also it's picking up at that point as well. It's not even it's still a little bit.
It's so fat.
It's
7.2.
it's starting to kick off, and he goes, "What's that?" And I'm I was just run at that point, and I'm "It's a fucking earthquake, mate!" And start sprinting out, and then obviously everyone else is running out their rooms, and then you can carry on.
Yeah, so I grabbed my GoPro, and the lights had gone out, so it was a bit hard to try and find my GoPro, and then I went out, and everyone was screaming outside. It's pretty mad. And,
So he's the only one that didn't leave.
I was. Huh?
He was the only one that didn't run out the building, right?
What were you
I had
doing?
to go-
What were you
I
doing?
just got my camera and then.
He's an idiot, mate.
That's like when a
I
fire
had to
alarm
go
goes
back
off,
in.
and they tell you not to take your pencil case.
And I had to go back in to look for him fucking during an earthquake, and then he
You
just,
mate, you come back.
Mate, he's
And
the
he's,
hero.
walking
He's
back.
the hero. He's the hero of the story. already.
No, not even
I
that.
ran out and he goes, Louis.
No, it's not true. I came back in the building. I was back in the building,
He
right?
sees it and he goes.
And this
Louis.
doily, I was like, "Louis, how are you doing?" And he's like, and he was just just walking out
No,
like.
bruv, I grabbed my camera.
Got a minute and a
Was
half.
it still?
after
Was it still shaking?
No.
No.
It just stopped as I ran back in, and he bear in mind buildings all around us had fallen down, so we could have easily been in one of those buildings. You know what I mean? Ours could have
That's
been
what I
shit.
thought. I was like, oh, they're dead.
So the fact that he just didn't come out for ages, I was like, oh fuck.
I would have been dead, yeah, definitely. If it wasn't.
It's mad that you had a pretty good chance of actually dying.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, I've got a film record, so it's worth getting the camera.
Well, apart from the actual also shaky bit
Yeah.
Fair.
After
We have to
There was 3.
on the YouTube video. We should put that bit while I'm talking.
Yeah.
We can have Louis' footage of the thing, and it will look really stupid,
It's very
and funny
shit.
because it might stupid voice over it,
Yeah.
completely cheapening it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
To be
so
fair,
that's the end
it
of
was
that
quite
video.
dark, so shit.
Well, that was perfect. You have no idea how long the video is, and you've just assumed we could fit it all in.
I
mean,
assume that we can be bothered to edit
all the
that.
bits
Might as well.
all the bits that actually are good will be in that bit.
Yeah, for
Most
sure,
of the
so-
damage, that we caught, was
Yeah, we've got some good shit.
the panic is just dark,
yeah,
people
it
just
was
screaming
dark.
and
Yeah,
shit.
But yeah, so
people
we were
dying.
outside and everyone was screaming and so there was a road sort of a bit say 50 metres up from us and the hostel was probably 100 metres down the road, do you think?
No,
30. Not a hostel. 30, the other
It's
hostel.
not a lot that way, yeah.
Yeah, because the mosque was right next to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Was
so
there much chocolate?
when we were outside...
You passed it to me.
Oh, I can't. Sorry, continue.
That's fine. When we were outside, fucking we ran up to this mosque and it was just in rubble, mate. There was people picking.
I thought it was snow.
Yeah, it was that's how fucked it was.
Mm.
Because at the start we didn't really take it too seriously because it was a bit overwhelming. And then we ran
Basically,
back.
everyone was
grabbed
screaming
some
and crying.
supplies.
But I ran out, and once I ran back in, and he came back out, I was like, mate, that was sick. I was bare buzzy. Because I've almost died twice
Yeah, yeah.
already, right? Do you remember generally, like, you obviously weren't there for one of them, but you remember that time I fell from that fucking cliff, right?
Yeah, well, this is for the tape. Like, it's just him being stupid and just nearly dying in front of me, and me just being like.
Basically, I
"Yeah,
just
do this
fell
too often."
from a cliff and like
And he
grabbed
like
it to a root.
just managed to grab
And,
like
like-
some branch that just happened to be there. Or something.
And I was like hanging and still laughing, but that was buzzy, right?
How much big was the drop?
It was big. It would have been death.
It was
and,
more
like,
than 20 foot.
it was like 50. Oh.
Nah, it probably wasn't 50. It's probably 25, 30 foot. But like,
Actually,
that
that's
was
crazy, mate. You
that was
wouldn't
to
have
hit
played that so
that was to
much,
hit
man.
the first rock, and then it dropped again. So like, yeah, I would have like.
back to the
You know, like dropping a
story.
baseball off a cliff, and that's just your head. That's just
Back to the story. It's funny that you said like you didn't like fully like take it in at first, like how bad it was, because you haven't actually got to that bit. But I was speaking of that. I was on Twitter and I was like looking at the Bali earthquake when you guys were there and like, hearing about it, and I was like, oh shit, because they have like a really dramatic like Twitter like breaking news kind of style thing. And there was this one woman, like some blonde woman, like who was like a life coach. In her bio it said life coach or something stupid like that.
Self-professed life coach.
And
I
it
love
was
how you
like,
actually looked into it.
well, no, this is the tweet she made. She was like, it was her surfing, and it was like, experienced my first earthquake and rode my first wave on the same day, and it's like, people died.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
But like, yeah. So we were like, that's fucking buzzy. Like that was sick. Like, and then like, but when we got like this next road, and because like none of the like, it was dark, right? So you can't see anything. But like,
is it at night then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was
So the
early
roads-
evening, we were just about to get
Yeah,
dinner.
it's
so
like
it was
7
probably
o'clock,
like 7:15.
7:15. So like the road, we couldn't see anything, but we were like right next to the corner of the road. So like we could only see a few houses around us, and they were all fine. Like 3 or 6 of them, I don't know, we could probably see. But like when we get around the corner, the next house or the next thing was a mosque. And that's when I thought, like, that's when it hit me, like, shit, actually, this is way worse, because I actually saw the first thing that's fallen. And, like, I thought it was snow on the ground. I was like, what the fuck? The earthquake's a bear weird. Like,
Really shit.
I was like, how the
It's
fuck
30
is
degrees
snow?
here.
Like, and then I was like, oh, no, that's dust.
Was it
And I
just
was
like
like, that was eerie as fuck,
It was
mate.
just where
Dust,
the
like,
big
you
concrete
know what
blocks
snow
were
looks like,
smashed,
mate?
and also like
And, like, that was fucked, like...
but, yeah.
And there's people digging, like, that to try and, like, get the rubble out.
Well, people
Because there's
under
people
there.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. like-
Deep.
Deep, some
That's
of the
dirty
people that we
too.
met.
and that's when I clicked, and I was like, oh, okay, shit, this isn't funny. Like, this is actually, like, fucking...
Did you like? What did you do? What were you doing in that? What was that? What was that click moment? Like, what were you doing after?
I was looking at people getting dug out, like...
Well, did you dig anyone out, or did you?
No,
like...
because it was surrounded by people trying to dig,
Oh yeah.
and like
It was
they
one
were
of those
like
things,
they weren't
too many
achieving anything
people.
because they were hitting each other and shit. Like, so I was like,
Hitting each other, what, like-
no, like they were digging and like just getting each other's way,
Yeah.
and no one was achieving anything. And I was like, because there was probably 20 of us like
Yeah.
together, like so we were walking to like a safe zone. If we all got involved, we just made it worse.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah, no. That's
There should have
probably
been
what
less
the
people.
actual officials they wouldn't
Yeah.
want you to do that. Like,
There should have been less people doing it. You know what I mean?
People that we were with were in the hostel opposite, and they were at a pool party, and everyone was really pissed up. And they ran out because of the earthquake, and our mosque was literally right next to that. And
Yeah.
they're picking kids out of rubble and stuff, man.
damn.
And like, there's
One of
people
the
like,
3 of the guys we
there
stayed
was
the
like
night
a
with.
kid apparently under this big chunk of concrete, and one guy just has like, an initiative. Well, it seems kind of stupid.
No, it
really.
sounds stupid. But
Sounds
it's not,
stupid, but
like-
it's not. It makes sense. Like he smashed like the bit of concrete in half with a like big bit of wood, and then
Kid
it
was
shattered
under
the
it.
block, and then the kid was under it, and they could pull the kid out. Then
Yeah. Mad.
yeah, so it's pretty crazy. But
Was the kid
we
alright?
didn't see anything
I
like
don't
that.
think so.
No one knows, mate. The kid's probably dead.
But like on our island alone, there's 50 dead, and then as a whole, it's like over 500. Like count.
Damn.
So we found this open place, which is like a field, and asked them around parents and stuff, and just said like what happened, and we were okay, and then from that moment there was loads of people there. There was actually that woman that was injured. That was pretty shit. She was caught in barbed wire.
Oh
It's fucked. And they couldn't speak English either, so they couldn't
yeah,
even, like help them.
yeah, it's fucked. Man. I forgot about
Um,
that. Yeah,
and
let's
then-
not dwell on that
then-
image.
Yeah,
Then you get-
sorry, innit?
Then
Well,
you
no,
get-
just do. I mean,
No,
go
I was
on
just
then.
thinking. That's the first time I thought about that bit
Right.
in like since it happened. So I totally forgot
She's
about
fucked.
that. There's bad people, mate. Everyone's crying and like, oh mate, like the locals the worst, man. Because like, we'll go to like the study of people after, but like, yeah, it's just fucked, like.
Might as well do the study of people.
Yeah, well, I was just saying like, it's very interesting to watch people like how they react, and like the locals the worst because they were mega panicking. The ones their families are back home and stuff.
Yeah.
and two,
And it
like,
hit Lombok way worse.
yeah, it hit well.
It was in
The
Lombok.
first big one was in Lombok, which is the island. We're like 3 kilometers off it.
Yeah.
We're on Gili 2, which is 3 kilometers off the island, or that big island, which is Lombok. And yeah, like one they're like worried about their family and shit, and like some of the family is still on the island we're on and can't find them and shit. People running around looking for their family. But also they were all like praying and shit, and like it was very interesting to watch that because like their religion was like their like beliefs were getting tested like at the time.
Yeah,
and it
especially
was well
seeing your
interesting.
mosque
Like
that you go to every day or 3
yeah,
times a
yeah,
day,
like
and then there's people actually inside it, like that could be
Yeah.
your friends or whatever, and then that gets destroyed. Like, you'd
Yeah.
think if you were religious, you'd think it was an act of God.
yeah,
The mosque
yeah,
was
like that's what I was
destroyed.
saying. Like it was
Or,
very
like,
yeah.
you're being punished or something.
And I started to think about that. I was like, man, they must be going through like even weirder like times than like me, like
Yeah.
because like
We sort of like, at least in our like perspective, we think we understand what's going on.
yeah,
Well, you know how an earthquake works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And we know there's no like. What's the
But it's funny as
thing
well,
about
'cause,
just
like,
nature.
when it first hits, you have 2 seconds to like you less than that. You make a decision straight away, obviously what you do, but like as I was running out, I was like, right, shit. I was like, trying to think back to like geography class. I was like, oh shit, I should have listened in school more. Like, what
Get
the
in
fuck
the
do you
desk.
do in an earthquake? Like, yeah, obviously, I remembered about the doorways and shit, and like, but I just wanted to get out of the building, mate, straight away. Like,
It's funny that Lou's just looking for his camera.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Looking back, obviously it was fucking stupid. Like so dumb.
Maybe
But,
if
I
you'd gone
didn't
out,
really-
maybe if
yeah.
you'd gone out, a piece of wood would hit you or something, like Final Destination.
It's bare weird, man, because like I got a pretty interesting perspective. Like when the first one was like big, I'll just put it on earthquakes, not on like the situation, but basically I was running down the corridor to get out, and like it's about 25 meters long, about fucking 2.5 foot wide, and they have like the doors of the corridor aren't flush with the wall. They're like back. They've got like a little porch, like a little front step. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like enough for like a little front door mat.
Yeah.
So like, I ran out of ours, ran down the corridor, and like I'm like 3 seconds in or 2 seconds in, and the lights go out, and it's like peak, like the power's gone, like, and it was pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
But like before it went out, like the whole fucking world, like I was just getting thrown between both walls,
Shit.
just bouncing off, and like you can just see it's not moving in time with you. Do you know what I mean? Like that, the world is not moving in time. Like
Yeah.
if you're on a train or whatever and you jump, yeah, you land back in the same spot because you're like
Yeah.
in time with it. You know what I mean? And it's just the opposite of that. Like,
Yeah.
and I've never experienced anything like that because it doesn't. Obviously, that doesn't happen. Like you're always in
Yeah,
time
that's
with the
mad.
world, and like, but because it was in such a narrow spot, like I could only see in one direction. Like I got to see it like from a weird perspective as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Because like it wasn't. For me, I couldn't look 360, so it wasn't doing it to everything. Like I could only see one direction. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
bare
yeah.
weird. Like, yeah, it's just fucked. And then lights went out, and like it shifted so far over that I ran into a wall, and like the wall was like the corner of the doorstep, like the wall of the doorstep.
Yeah,
You know
what's
what I
it
mean? It's
curved
like,
around?
well, it's like
Imagine a corridor with different
cutouts in it. You know what I mean?
cutouts
Like,
in
where the
each
door
side,
is.
and it's like
Like a
5
door.
feet between them. Yeah, it's like literally like a.
But like it's not flush with the
cylinder.
wall. So the wall was here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then there's
yeah.
like
Oh
an
yeah,
offset,
yeah.
like the doorstep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I ended up
see
running
what's-
into
yeah,
like
yeah.
the side of one of those,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
because it
Little
moved so
alcove.
much. I'd
Yeah,
gone
an
into the
alcove.
cove,
Mm.
and then I ran into the side of it.
Yeah, that's mad. I think.
That's how much it moved. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, walking down the corridors already kind of fucks with your sense of perception
Yeah.
and shit. So I mean, on an
Yeah,
earthquake,
it
that'd
was
be
mad. That's why it was mad. That's why I always say it. Like, that's why I mentioned it because like it's sick. Like, but then I got to the door, like not the outside door, but like the door for the corridor. There's like 5 people there, and like they can't open the door, and like it's because like everyone's panicking and like some are pushing, some are pulling, and they're just not doing anything. So I had to like push everyone out of the way and like just pull it. So it's fucking like it's a pool door, mate. Like
Mate, it's so lucky you're
it's
there.
crazy, mate. Like, and yeah, obviously ran out and then I like turned around. This cunt was behind me, so I was like, yeah, it was peak. I was just like, fuck.
Yeah, I
it was
mean,
mad.
so were you not in the same room? Like, why?
Yeah,
didn't
we
you-
were. He just didn't run. Like,
So you just ran?
yeah, you just run, mate.
Yeah, I mean.
That's what everyone else does. Like,
Yeah.
like everyone
Yeah,
else.
it's
In
so
front,
funny
everyone
that
else is
you were
like
doing that.
as I running out, like everyone in front of me as well. And their corridors were running out too.
Yeah.
And that's when the lights went. And that's when the only time I could see them again was when I got to the door because they were close enough to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we were all running in a line, like probably in front of me, right in front of me. I just couldn't see them.
Mm.
So yeah, everyone runs, like apart from this cunt. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny, man. But yeah, then we like had to walk up the hill, like 'cause there was like a tsunami warning. So it's like walk up this like little mountain, it's like 75 meters, and like camp up there for hours. But then like all the aftershocks come as well.
Yeah.
It's like every hour or so there's like another big like movement,
Yeah.
and like everyone just starts screaming and like.
Is it cool
Yeah.
though? I mean, you're outside at that point. If you're outside, there's no danger.
Yeah, once you're out in the
Yeah,
open,
it
it's
was
still
a bit-
like weird.
It's a bit
though.
scary because
Also, you don't know,
the
like you
reason
don't know what's gonna
everyone was
happen,
up in
man.
the hill
Like,
was because people were shouting tsunami, and
but there
like,
was a tsunami warning as
there
well.
was a tsunami. Yeah, there's a tsunami warning as well, or whatever. But when there wasn't a tsunami, people were shouting tsunami, and when everyone would run in one direction, like people just immediately think there's something bad going on behind them, so they would just run and just create like panic.
It's instinct though, man.
It's
That's
instinct,
like
yeah.
that's the thing. Like if animals run, they all run, and like humans do it as well. Do you remember when you were kids and like just out in the street and one person starts running and everyone just starts
Yeah,
running?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. Like it's like one of those things, but it's also everyone's in sheer panic. Also, no one
Yeah.
knows what to do, man. So like they're not cool at that point because it hits and you're like, fuck, I'm on a fucking island. There's like no power. Like I'm living on a hill. I got nothing. I have no possessions. Like
It was pretty.
I don't know when it was cool, but like no, it wasn't cool at that point though. Like
No,
I don't
it's-
that
understand
was
how you
like
got all your
we
shit
don't know
back.
how we're gonna survive. You know
Like,
what I
how
mean?
the fuck did you get all your shit back?
We went back. Well, the building was still up, so like we just went back the next day.
Oh, okay.
Like, but like, yeah, it was shit, man. No. So, but eventually it does get all right. So when we met some guys that like knew the island quite well, and they were like, we don't have to stay up the hill. Like, there's like 2,000 people on the island. Most people are. They're like, there's a green zone the other side of the island. There's no buildings there, and the route there is no buildings because all the buildings are one side.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not in danger. Although we did have to walk through a little bit of a town, didn't we? Which is pretty fucked. That town, remember?
Yeah, it was. That was by the sea as well, so
Yeah.
it was even a bit more sketchy with the scenarios.
But
Felt it, didn't it?
yeah, it felt it
I
at the
bet-
time.
I
But it
bet
turns
felt
out it
And
wasn't.
also, like,
on
to
the
get
right
from
side of the
middle-
island?
Do you remember getting
Mm.
through from the middle of the island to the beach? You have to go through like at like
Strip.
side streets or like not even a strip, so it could be like an alleyway. It's just like the scariest shit.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
remember the third one when that girl fell down that fucking manhole?
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But like so like when the tsunami went, we came down and like risked it. We were told we're on the other side of the island, the tsunami's facing the other way and stuff. Even though it was only like 50 centimeters in the end anyway, so it's fuck all. But we had to like go to this hotel resort and like pull mattresses out of the rooms and shit and put them outside in the open space. And then like because there's no power for nowhere near us there's any power for miles and miles and miles. The stars were fucking sick, mate. Proper sick. Like we had to try to make the most of that situation. Like there was obviously shit and everyone was pretty scared and that.
Mm.
And by this point it's like 4 a.m. as well.
Amazing what you could see though.
And like we're just like chatting to shit and we're like we like with these 3 other people that we met. They're the ones that's like sort of digging the kid out. We like stayed with them for the whole night.
Shit.
And we literally met them when we were running away. Like that's like it's better weird how you meet people than stay with them. But like we were like cool. There's 5 of us. We quite like each other. Like and we were like pointing out different starships to them and that. And like we were talking just bollocks for like hours. But it was sick.
Yeah.
Like trying to make the most of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then literally woke up at like 5:30, walked back, and by like walked past the beach at like 6. And there was like 2,000 people on the beach, like every person
Suitcases.
woken up with all their stuff, like just trying to get off quick.
Really?
And these rickety boats, like
It's not a big island either, mate.
yeah, the
That's
jetty
like
gone.
Most people, like most tourists, were on that beach at that point. Like the jetty was gone. Like you couldn't go anywhere. People were just getting in small little like wooden boats to try and get over to Lombok to then try and get to Bali. But the thing is that like Lombok was where the earthquake was, mate, and like going like, over on a little overcrowded boat was just stupid.
Yeah.
But people would be waiting on the beach all day trying to just get off, and then you'd see them in the evening and they just couldn't get anywhere. Like there was loads of people that just couldn't get off because obviously like local people were taking priority because their families lived there and they had the boats. And like if you're a tourist, you may as well stay there. So me and Henry just accepted the fact that we were just gonna stay there and survive for a bit. But when we got back to our hostel, Henry's bag was left outside with a note, and my bag wasn't there, and the hostel was locked up.
What did the note say?
The note just basically said like, "You two are the last to arrive. We've locked up. Here's your stuff." Sorry, we left your stuff in the street actually. So we took the note and that.
But it said we have your valuables, passports,
Yeah.
wallets, money, cameras. And we were like, oh shit, we haven't got a passport or any money. We had no money or anything.
Just some
And,
clothes in Henry's bag.
What
My
do you
bag
mean
wasn't even there.
Where do they
The
have
hostel.
What's it?
Someone.
They were like,
from
come
the
to
hostel
Bali
had
to get
them.
them.
Oh, right.
Which is like not a simple route. You have to
We
do
had
it.
passports.
We flew to Lombok and then got a boat. So that's how you get from Bali to Giddy.
Yeah.
There are other ways, but that was the only way we can get at the time because the weather was too bad.
Yeah.
So like it's not like a just around the corner. You know what I mean? Like we had to fly there and then get a boat. So like it's a bit difficult to get to Bali and get to their office without any money, without a passport.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? With that, yeah. Like
In some ways,
so it's stupid.
in some ways,
It's
like
fucking stupid.
it's peak, but it's good that they were kind of like smart about it and like you got them back, didn't you?
Some
Your
stuff.
passport's back. obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
basically, how we got them back was, so at that point my bag wasn't outside, and I thought my bag had been nicked, or it was left in there, so I was just like, fuck it. The door was locked, so I just forced the door open, ran into our room, looked in there, and there was nothing in there really that I could see on first glance, so I ran back out, and we just assumed at that point that my bag had been stolen with all the valuables and passports in. So we were like, fuck. We you know, obviously the valuables is annoying, but like, we didn't have a passport or any money. So then we went to the beach to try and find people that were working in the hostels to just tell them, like, ask them what the hell happened, where's my stuff, basically.
Yeah.
Couldn't find anyone. We sent them an email.
Turns out it's because they locked up and they had their own speedboat and they all fucked off. That's why. But
That's mad.
I don't even know if you knew that.
Didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's fucked. I didn't even know that.
They had their own M-box like speedboat.
That's so,
Well, so
that
did
makes so much sense.
Did they take all the shit with them then? All the
They took-
valuables?
took- yeah.
took my bag, my rucksack with all our valuables in it.
But when we both walked the whole beach separately, couldn't find them. We both finished up at the same time, roughly without knowing, and we both decided, like without knowing, just to go and go to the back to the hostel and see if they're there or something. And we met each other on the way, and we were like, "Fuck it, we could just go in again, have a look." And like the bed sheets are brown, like just like the colour of them, not like because of dirt or anything, but like they're brown. And we went in there, and our fucking passports were on there, and like they'd taken all our stuff out of the safe onto the bed, and then packed it in a bag. And because the passports are brown, they just didn't see him.
We didn't even
And
know.
they just sat on the bed. We didn't notice the first time.
Henry went out for a piss, and I just we grabbed some stuff like vests and like whatever was there.
Which is
like,
hardly anything.
2 vests and like some fucking sun cream. That was literally it. And then Henry went for a piss, and we looked around, I can't remember, onto the other bed because there's 3 beds in our room. Like, they're unoccupied one, and passports and like 2,000 or 1,000 of their money, which is like £50. Was just there. So we were like, sweet mate. So we got that, and then at that point we were just surviving in silence for it, mate. Like just do what
That's
we gotta do.
decent.
So like out of 2,000, like 1,500 people got off the first night, or first day and night. And then next day, day 2, there was like, day 3, I guess. By the way, there's an earthquake every day. So there's one that day, the next day, but wasn't as big. And then by day 3, by the day, most people got off, and there was like 75 people, 100 people. There's probably about 150, and then the third earthquake hit at night, about 10:30 at night, and a boat was arriving just at that point. So another like 150 got off or whatever, I don't know, or like 100 got off, and there was only 75 left until like 5 a.m. on the next day.
It was so dodgy though, because there'd literally just been an earthquake in between Lombok and we think one of the other Gili Islands in the sea, and then the boat came like half an hour later, and people were just getting on it because they were scared.
Yeah, like the third one like changed.
But it was
So there was a
stupid.
certain type of person that went straight away out of panic. Second type of person that went the second day. A third type of person that like stayed that night. But then when the third one hit, that person fucked off. And then it was like us that stayed right until the end because we didn't want to get anything in Dodge. It was just funny the different grades, like how many earthquakes does it take to break someone? You know what I mean? Like
It was literally
Yeah.
like that. Like you'd see, after the first one, you see some people that we met were like, "Oh my god, like I really want to help these people and rebuild their island. Like in the day, you know, we live such privileged lives in the West. People got nothing." And like,
And did they do that? But then they'd be
literally
like-
the next morning, they'd be like, "Oh, you know, fuck this. This is shit. Like I can't be arsed. This.
I'm hungry, I haven't got any
I'm getting
clothes."
on that fucking plane now."
funniest one, there was this one. This happened a few times, right? But this one girl was like,
Tell them about the same girl about dinner.
it wasn't the same person, I don't think.
It was the same person.
What, the little grotty one?
Yeah.
I was it.
Yeah, it was her. Yeah.
Jokes. So like this woman's like, I'm a helper. I'm that sort of person. We gotta get all the kids off first, and the women. She was a girl. Like, we gotta get all the kids, all these little kids that are stuck on the island. we've got to get them off first. I'm staying here right to the end. I want to help people rebuild their homes and stay here for weeks. Next earthquake hits about 2 hours later. And she's like, fuck this. She's like, I don't give a fuck. She's like, get on the boat. She's like, go there now. I'm going to push right to the front.
I don't give a fuck about the kids.
And it's like, so like, why say anything in the first place? You know what I mean?
That's well good though.
It was funny.
That's good. I'm glad you could put an actual person on people actually saying that. Cause
I happened a few times, but yeah, that was a good story. And that same one, like, so she was playing up to it essentially. She was trying to be like the good person, and she was like, just rather than just being herself. And like, they managed to put a generator on for like 2 hours, and like they had a bit of meat in the fridge and stuff that started to go off.
So you could charge your phone then.
In the we literally could to ring up for families and that. Yeah, so you could.
That's good.
There's no data or anything anyway, so you literally bought the phone.
Old school.
And they managed to cook like a little bit, like the place we have, the sort of camp of 50 we got together, we sort of stayed together, and they managed to cook a little bit. It was literally nothing between everyone. It was
one bit of bacon and
like
some sauce and then some like hash brown.
You had nothing. We had hardly anything, but it was still good.
Yeah, it's fucking
banging to be fair. Like, it was so nice because we'd eaten like Oreos like for the last 3 days. Like, in it, I'm never gonna have an Oreo again in my life. Like, it was so brass, mate. But anyway,
Bellevue biscuits probably quite good.
She was like, and you get bored of those as well.
Well, I mean, obviously, but I mean, for your body, like something to eat.
It's
It's better than starving.
Yeah,
probably not better than fasting.
But yeah. So she
I'm gonna die.
She was trying to be like the nice person. She's like, right, I'll go last, everyone. And like, there wasn't a lot of food. And, like, there's about 50 people. And like, basically, like, I took hardly anything because I was the first, so I couldn't like.
We were like, we're getting there.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get a bit like, I would keep it low because there's 50 people. It's hard to portion like a tiny plate 50 ways like in your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
someone's not getting them.
Yeah, so like, so basically 49 people did, and like the one that was like, I'm gonna wait, like didn't get anything.
I'll go last. Make sure
was
Really.
But like, to be fair, mate, you look at.
I mean, go last. I mean, you could just not say anything and just go and just find your spot. Like, you might be 36.
Yeah. But like, the thing is, some people did take bare, so like she could have eaten like, if everyone had the amount that we had, everyone could have eaten once.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why you don't go last. Yeah. You don't ever have that choice.
But it's literally done for you. Like, survival of the fittest. Like, if you eat last, like you're just gonna die. Like,
that's
you're
really
run.
Funny,
you're the run that doesn't eat. Like,
just keep your mouth shut.
Just be yourself, man. Just go and get in the queue. Like, stop trying to be for the show and then slag everyone off. For
same girl was just like stealing bare cigarettes in the shops.
Yeah,
like,
she same bird. Yeah,
person, or, like,
same person was going to the shops, like, because all the shops are closed and like smashed. People like, you go in to like get food, right? And water, like we literally lived off like Oreos, nuts, and water, like for the most part, because that's like the basic shit you can like take, and not really cost like the business, because we only deal with businesses as well rather than small shops, like actual like fucking mini marts and shit, right?
Yeah, we're like really good people.
Like businesses.
Really still from the.
I mean, to be fair,
we had to eat, mate.
The buildings were all collapsing and stuff. So
we had to eat, like.
Yeah, obviously.
It was all over the floor and shit, anyway. But anyway.
Yeah, that's the point. I mean.
So, whereas like some of this, one of these like this girl in particular, like, there's a few of them. This girl just went in and just like taking loads of cigarettes and shit, and just taking back home with her, like.
That's a bag full of cigarettes.
And they were nicking, like they were going to small like people's shops as well, like.
Just looting the place.
Just literally looting, yeah. Mate, like, and it became like who's got the bigger dick as well, like who can nick the most, and like we saw these people walking down the street, and they literally had the audacity to like go behind the counter, get the bin bag, like get the carry bags like you get when you like do a big shop, and like just fill like 2 carry bags up with cigarettes and just like walk down the street with it, like, and then like we saw the bags, like we saw the carry bags later on, like when they got up, they left, they just left them in the streets. They didn't like, it was just to show off to everyone how much they can nick.
Well, they left the fags.
Well, they left some of them. Because you can't like.
You can't take like.
Yeah, how
50,
they had
60, 70 packets of cigarettes.
Yeah,
really.
like, you can't take them anywhere, can you? So it's just to show off like how much they can steal from the shop, like to each other. So it was like, and I think that made the news. Not that bit. I think like looting made the news and shit. Like, and it was made to seem bad, but like we had to eat something. You know what I mean? For 4 days, like, and nothing was open. There was no one to give money to. It was like a ghost town the last 2 days, mate. It was bare weird.
We're gonna get like shot in the kneecaps in Indonesia now.
Yeah. No.
I just don't go there.
Well, it's all allegedly, innit?
Yeah, exactly that.
So
it's a story.
Yeah, they just made out to be to be cool.
Yeah,
but no,
wasn't there.
I'm fucking traumatized.
I was at my
home.
home.
I've been in England the whole time.
Yeah.
Just lied about it for the podcast.
Yeah. That's crazy though. I mean, that's. Yeah.
It was pretty mad.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's sick though. But fooked it. It's pretty mad though. It's like, yeah, how people just like be the goody two shoes and then like, I just like fuck them.
Yeah, that's
Like how many earthquakes does it take to break them? But fuck it.
Yeah, I can't believe that about that girl. I hear like
She's a fucking embarrassing.
fuck the kids.
All the kids first.
What are you playing around on the phone?
Because I wrote like some reminders, it's like, but I'm just reading through it now because like I wanted to.
You should tell Chaz about me trying to be like smooth.
Yeah. So like we did the yoga tree the first week, right?
First day, I think. First day of doing yoga.
No, I think it's the first day.
No, it
Was
couldn't.
it?
Yeah, second day.
Oh, it might have been day
two,
2, but like
day
the
two.
first full day because we arrived at night, didn't we?
yeah.
Having breakfast, and like there's this really hot Danish girl like comes down for breakfast, and like they both go to get coffee at the coffee station together, and they like start
So
chatting.
we just
right?
done yoga next to each other.
Oh yeah, so they just started chatting and shit, and like, and it seemed like it was going really well. She was laughing loads. I was like, I wasn't that close, but I could see them like here and that.
Yeah.
And it's fucking jokes. So they like chatting, laughing, and like they start to walk off, and like he's like, alright, yeah. She sits down in her seat, and he's like, yeah. And he like backs off, and like as he's chatting to her, and she's like, alright, yeah. And then like the conversation finishes. And he like turns, and as he turns, like because he's been backing up, like he just smashes into like this cabinet full of all the stuff they sell,
Shit.
and, like hats and like jewelry and shit like that they sell. Like their
There was
brand
like
stuff.
glass, mate.
There's a
like,
glass cabinet.
yeah.
It's just so
Did it
funny.
smash?
No,
Like
but
a
it like
dickhead.
made a massive
Oh,
noise.
that's an absolute
And
classic.
like it was in front of like 20 people eating breakfast, like all at the same
No.
table, and it was like the least.
I nearly
smooth
looked like I was
thing,
cool and I
like.
could talk to birds throughout
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Maybe that's a
Fucked up.
fetish.
I was like, mate, it's going
Maybe.
well, like, and they just fucked it, like
Mate, that's jokes.
it was jokes. But fuck it, but it's funny as fuck.
Yeah, it's funny.
What do you think like the best superpower is?
Well, I mean, like mind reading.
And you can make
them
them up as well, like. If you
I
want to.
mean, you could, it's kind of like it's got like different like limits to it though, because you
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
like the superpower where you have all the superpowers.
Yeah, but that's not superpower.
Superpowers.
Well, power to like do earthquakes would be decent. You'd be like
Yeah, that's very good.
earthquake.
Yeah.
But
you
no,
can
that-
just tornado people.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck you, there's tornado, you little bitch.
I'd be decent. I mean, not decent.
Tornado Matt boy.
Yeah, or tsunami.
Tornado Tim.
Yeah. I mean,
I think like a really good one would be have the perfect memory.
well, it's not the best.
Like
one.
limitless.
It would be, man, because like you could study anything, but you can also have perfect recall. It's like you could study anything. Like you imagine remembering everything you've ever heard, like, and like all the classes you've sat in and you can't remember them. Like how
Actually, that'd be
you can just read a
perfect.
book and you just be able to
Yeah,
like
well,
recall. all of
if
it.
you already knew it, it'd be even better if you just knew.
Yeah, but
everything.
that's
my
like-
superpower. I know everything.
Yeah, but that's
I
I
know.
thought about that
I
earlier,
actually
and
know
like
everything.
that's like not a superpower though, because it's not like
Conceivable.
it's not doable, is it? That's just
Yeah,
like,
conceivable is a good like.
Yeah.
Conceivable and doable are good things.
Nah,
Superpower on there.
That's actually a good like distinction to make. But I mean, yeah, this is.
but it's just like you're not given anything. Like you're given the power to do something. You know what I mean? So having all the answers doesn't count because like how would that work?
I mean, the better question is, what superpower do you actually want?
That would be good to have, I think.
I think reading other people's minds would be good, because like you could do a lot of fun shit. I mean, to be fair, it would get a bit trippy though. Like you'd have to be able to switch it off, and like you'd have to like not use it too much, otherwise like you get like mental.
I mean, the benefit would be like manipulating people.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't know if I want to hear what I was thinking there.
Yeah,
Why
well,
would you not,
if you could like influence other people's thoughts and shit, that'd be cool.
I guess if you're not
You already
thinking,
can,
you
kinda.
can definitely influence them. Like,
Hit me with another hypothetical question.
Yeah, but like, if you like, you'd get used to like the fact that everyone lies all the time and shit, and like.
Oh, I tell you what. Do you know
they're
what would be a
weird,
good
like,
superpower?
it would never be. It wouldn't be good
Do
eventually.
you know
I
what would be a
think.
good superpower? If you could,
you'd be able to read people's bullshit quick time, obviously.
But you'd learn that everyone's like
filter.
that, and then you'd be like, oh, everyone lies. It's normal, and then you'd be like, oh shit, and then you'd be like, am I normal? then you wouldn't be able to work
that's
it out.
why.
Experimental.
That's why you would. Yeah, you wouldn't. You
I
couldn't
think
use it too much. Otherwise, you just literally be like skits. But a good superpower would be just if you could beat anyone in a fight, and like if you were someone like me, who's like 5'6", like that would be jokes. Cause,
But what's
like,
the rules?
You
Like-
could give it the big,
Yeah,
and then back it up like every time.
What's the rules? Because it's like,
You
is
just
that like?
beat anyone in a
Yeah, but
fight,
is that like? Is that
You
like
just-
hand fight? Like, is that
No,
like?
no, you just can't. You can't be beaten in a fight.
But what if they had a knife?
You can't be beaten. You deflect it. You
So
deflect
okay,
the
so
knife.
it's like any weapon.
Someone comes at you with a gun, you dodge the bullet and shit like that.
Okay.
I
You can
mean,
beat anyone.
yeah, you beat anyone in a
You
fight.
could beat
But I mean-
anyone in a fight.
Yeah,
It's like, it's like you can walk
that
into
was.
Chaz and in a
I mean,
fight.
that would be
What
better.
the fuck?
Yeah,
I was like-
no, that'd be decent. Stuff. But yeah, no, that'd be decent. You could like. I was also thinking like isn't really a superpower, but I was thinking like, if you had like 10 Kai Greens, and like you had like a chip in their brain, and like you could like control them with your mind, and like you got 10 like massive like bodybuilders, and they just go around like beating people up like with your mind, and they can
You can
like,
just hide.
you can like walk down the street and just like the people being thrown, shit like that.
Would you rather fight one, like 10 duck-size Kai Greens, or one Kai Green-sized duck?
I would get.
To be fair,
fucked
I'd
up
have
by the
more
Kai
fun.
Green-sized duck.
I'd have more fun fighting the Kai Green sized duck, because like you kind of
No.
you'd look
What?
at it and you'd be like, okay, like we'll figure this
Yeah,
out.
but
Like
mate,
you
they're
wouldn't just go
big.
at it. Like,
Smack it up.
you'd get a pole or something, and it wouldn't take long. It
Mate,
wouldn't take long.
Think
If
how
you're
big
duck,
Kai
bruv,
Greene is.
And think how
How strong the wings would be in that.
Yeah, I mean it's not. I mean it's obvious that you'd rather fight the smaller ones. But that's. I mean,
I mean, there
10
is
of them,
10 Kai Greens.
ducks. Oh yeah, shit.
10 little Kai Greens.
To be fair, I mean he probably doesn't have very good cardio anyway.
Yeah, they can kick. You probably hardly can kick, and then kick 10 by 10 of them.
The thing is, though,
They're
is that you could
duck-sized.
kick like 3
Yeah,
of
they'd be
them
like a
once.
baby. You get one and throw it. You get throw all of them. Throw all of them, and then you can like you
yeah,
can
you could just
you
try.
can
Like, think how
recoup.
strong his Chinese sperm would be.
Yeah,
How
but
is he
that's
a
as
Chinese
soon as you
bunny?
get in there,
He can't get
you're
his hand
smacking
round your. He can't get his hands
You
round.
don't need to be.
him.
They
He's
need
in
to be-
there.
they literally be baby
You
sized
could
hands.
Chinese by your finger.
True. You could do 10 at once. You'd be like, let's just see what it's like, Kai Green. And then you could like throw all the Kai Greens.
Yeah. Just let-
Imagine
just
that's
let
what they did.
once,
They just
you
started.
Mate, to be fair, I'd have to keep one. I'd love to keep a little like duck sized
Yeah.
Kai Green. That'd be so good. He could like just be like a really high pitched voice, like, man.
Also,
Follow your
if
dreams.
you could get to them, you could just like convince them to fight for you, and you'd have 10
Yeah.
Kai Greens. You're not gonna be talking to a duck about anything since
No.
right?
Not really.
That makes sense,
Not
yeah.
usually. I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, they're quite immature.
So,
Really.
you know, they do have some wisdom sometimes.
Yeah,
Duck sized Kai Green.
that's what I want.
That's
Oh yeah, I'm not sure the Kai Green is way more interested in finding a big duck. I mean, fuck that.
It'd be interesting to see what Kai Green looks like that size as well.
I can be
Like,
Yeah,
It's
mate,
just so
it'd be
big,
wrong,
like-
it'd be like an action man, but like
Yeah.
it's alive,
so
and it like has really shit inspirational quotes. No offense. Kai Green.
and a shit haircut.
It'd be interesting to see how much
Yeah.
food it eats. Like it would eat.
Mate, it would like it'd be like a little pet. And it would like eat my cacti and shit, get hungry and like tear up the shit.
Or wouldn't
It would,
still
it would
want-
like it would try and train them.
Just drink bad protein shakes. Like,
Yeah,
it's still
yeah.
Kai Green.
You
but
could
it's
Yeah,
you could
that's
feed
what I'm
it though, like that'd be jokes.
It wouldn't be too expensive. Like it'd be like a cat, wouldn't it? Just to get
Yeah.
a little bit of chicken and rice.
So you can bring him out with you.
Yeah.
You
Your
want-
handbag, like a fucking
Yeah.
poodle.
Put it in your gym bag.
Untired.
Put it in your gym bag.
Put in your gym bag, it just teaches you like what to do in the
Yeah,
gym.
he's just
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
constantly your form.
Mate, you, yeah, you have him on your shoulder, and he could be like, push through the reps, man.
Or he was just on your chest. You were doing like he was on your
Yeah.
stomach. You were doing chest press.
Also,
He'd
he'd still be like, think how strong Kai Green is, right?
be a great spot.
So he'd still be really strong. Like even though he's not going to be the strength of Kai Green, he'd still be strong for his size.
Yeah.
So he could spot you like from your chest.
Ooh, also you
The only
could,
thing is,
you could
he's the
make
size
him,
of a duck.
you could,
I
well,
could sort you from your chest,
but you
yes.
could make him fight cats and shit like that. Imagine how entertaining that would be. Make him fight a duck. Then he's fighting a duck-sized Kai Green. That's like layers.
But yeah, it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
That's so meta.
yeah, that'd be decent.
That's pretty jokes. What hit me with like, would you rather fuck 10 like dog size, puppy size
What? Okay, puppy. So it's simply
Jennifer
it's
Aniston's.
duck.
Right.
Tell
Or
This question is really like, do you want to fuck 10 kids or not?
try and trick you.
Bit problematic.
Oh, yeah.
Spot the pedo.
Kid the lizard, Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be a kid, would it?
Well,
Puppies
Anyway,
aren't really kids.
what's the other one? What's the other one? As opposed to what? So, 10 duck-sized Jennifer Anistons, or you want to fuck a massive duck?
No.
massive Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, because I mean,
Like,
it'd be
sounds kinda
it
green.
would just be annoying because you'd be really small and you couldn't fit your dick in there. And it'd just
Yeah,
be like,
true.
It'd be like trying to fuck a normal
There would be
duck,
10
you
of
know?
them though, so you can have like one giving you, like 5 giving you a rim job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All 10, mate.
That'd be
And
decent.
I'd use it for
Mate, that
fun.
would tickle. That would tickle so much. Though. The tongue would tickle. It'd be so
Yeah.
small.
Like-
in the happy baby position. Just
To be fair, I'd still probably throw a few just for fun, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
kind of green.
Yeah.
They'd literally,
I'd be
I'd
nice
literally
to
do
them.
ip dip do, and like five would get banged and 5 would get domestically abused, like every
Ah.
day.
You can't really domestically abuse them though, because they just get fucked up.
Fuck 'em.
Well, true
I've
enough.
got 5. I've got 5 good
And
ones.
I can make little Jennifer Aniston, so.
You could play basketball with the rest of them.
Oh, you could get your little Cry Green and little Jennifer Anistons and shit, and like make them play and
You
stuff
can
like
make
that.
a
like-
super race.
You could
Little people.
I mean, it would be. They'd have a nice baby.
So-
Or you
Subspecies.
could like put them on like your mantelpiece, like make them shag like as like a statue.
People come around, you like people come around,
size
you're like,
difference though. So it's a puppy and a duck. She has about the same size.
yeah,
Is it?
but she'd be a bit bigger.
No,
actually.
it's not.
She'd
Puppy
be,
and duck, same size.
so you probably can't fuck them.
No, Jennifer Aniston would be like Jennifer Aniston would be like 2 foot, and Kai Green would be like 1.
A duck.
One foot.
Kai Green would be like 1
Duck isn't
foot.
that
Oh,
big,
you can
though,
make him fight.
Look at that much.
You can make him fight.
Yeah.
She'd be so much bigger.
Well, a
she
foot.
could get fucked. Though.
Yeah, still
She can murk, mate.
Think how strong he is.
It's just
But she could make her bigger. Make her 3 foot tall.
Oh, you think? Okay, who would win the fight? Like 1 foot Kai Green, or 4 foot?
Well, you didn't give between. You just said who would win between 1 foot Kai Green and.
Yeah, I
Okay,
finished
yeah,
it.
true, yeah.
1 foot Kai
You're
Green
so keen.
and
True enough.
4 foot. The kid out of like McLovin.
Alright. I think still Kai
it's
Green.
McLovin's skill.
'Cause for him-
skill set as well, like
No,
actual
no,
McLovin.
yeah, the actual McLovin.
Yeah, you get fucked up by one.
Yeah,
Or like not
McLovin's-
the cat, like the guy, like
Yeah,
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 really,
nice,
like,
okay.
you get fucked up by one.
I think he'd still get fucked up. Actually, no, you could kick him.
Yeah,
Kicked
You
him,
just kick him
he'd be-
straight in the face, mate. It wouldn't be hard.
Well, you kick him in the whole, his whole.
Yeah.
whole
Also,
body.
You
Kai
kick him
Green
like
isn't
he's a
exactly.
football.
He's not exactly agile.
He's 1 foot, and your foot is also
One
8 foot. So
True.
roughly the same
Third
size.
size.
You could squish him
Yeah.
Like thinking.
in one like a can.
What's he just kicking like a football?
He'd be bare satisfied.
Free
He'd be
kick.
heavy though. He'd be heavy. Like you might hurt your foot. Would he? Would he be heavy?
Well, he's 5 foot now.
Mate, do you know it'd be so funny?
Probably not far, mate. We're 5'6".
Alright, yeah, call it 5'5", because he's not big. He's
No.
not tall, is he?
I don't
He's
know.
not big.
I think he's still pretty big.
Nah, he's
No,
not.
he's
He's
not.
5'5" or something.
Oh,
Call it
fair.
5'7" then. Oh, that's too hard maths, isn't it? 5'6",
He's a science for this.
and so it's 5'6", right? And he weighs what, 250 pounds?
I don't know.
Just like 18% of that, just under 20%.
Well, I'll just call it that. If he's a foot.
I put and it's
Yeah,
5'6",
yeah.
so that's like
That doesn't.
So it's probably 40
17%.
pounds.
40 pounds.
Like kicking a 20-pound dumbbell, 20 kilo dumbbell.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, like.
oh,
That'd be
20 kilo
decent,
medicine,
It'd be-
medicine ball.
It would give though.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, you just aim
It
for his
would
head
be-
then at that point when you use.
Yeah, that would like.
If he's going to be weighing
Yeah.
40 pounds, then you
Imagine
can
getting kicked by a boot that big.
Isn't it?
Mate, it's
Never seen
Like a
scary.
golf tee, like you
Mate,
hit like a golf.
I still think like what animals would be fun to watch him fight. Cause I think not only it wouldn't like watching Kai Green fight a massive cat wouldn't be that good. It's even better watching like a little Kai Green fight like a normal cat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because like a cat could just like I don't know. I think he'd beat a cat if he's smarter.
Nah,
But,
I think
like,
the cat
a
would
dog-
fuck him up.
a
Yeah,
dog.
a cat would scratch him up. I
The
think
cat's
like
a bones.
the cat would be like-
If you're the same size as a cat, bro, the cat
the
would fuck
claws,
you.
like the effect on us is nothing. But if it's your, imagine if it's like a foot person,
Yeah,
like
cats aren't really savage like that. They kind of just like bat away. But a dog, like if
You see, no, they can't hurt us, man.
To be fair, yeah.
like cats do scratch and shit, man. And
Yeah.
they hurt. And like if it's on your say they scratched our neck, yeah, it wouldn't do much. But like a
If-
1 foot
if a
person,
cat if a cat decided to eat him, then it would just eat him. Like it would just get his claws in his neck and just
Yeah,
like
bite
eat him.
By his neck, yeah.
That'd
He
be
would
mad.
bite his head off.
no, I'll pay to watch that sort of stuff.
Yeah. China will probably like do that with like gene splicing or something.
Yeah.
That'd be well
Hopefully.
interesting.
Hopefully.
I'll go to China then.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
Get me a ticket.
Get
Get
me
me-
1 foot Kai Greene.
Get me
mate, I'll
one
be there.
citizenship.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bit mad. Do you reckon you could beat like Snapping Turtle?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant in normal.
What, 1 foot size Kai
Yeah.
Greene? Yeah. 1 foot size Kai Greene, I think he's quite a fucking unstoppable force, mate.
yeah,
like,
he's also a
Snapping
human,
Turtle
so
would be
he could
pretty
sort of
brass,
he
but
could just
he
sit
could
down.
throw. So you still throw a turtle, probably, do you think?
I don't know. It'd be one of his hardest challenges yet.
Yeah. Way harder than the duck.
Yeah, I think the snapping turtle's got more like armor.
Yeah, but I guess that's the thing. Like the bit he's got to hit snaps and bites. He's got to hit the head. And
So
It's
you
not
got
got much to
little
worry
hands as
about.
well.
Yeah, it's not like a
I know.
Baby
cat.
hands.
It's more than baby.
Well, he presumably
That'd be
can use
big
tools though, because I mean he's not going to be able to beat those.
No, because that depends.
What's he
Like,
gonna
that-
do
you
with
know,
the
I know,
snapping
'cause
turtle?
that's the next
If he
thing.
tries to hit the
No,
get
no.
the head of it, if he tries to grab the head or do anything with it, or it'll bite him.
They don't move. The neck doesn't move that much. Like they've got to, like, you've got to be near enough for it to like.
That's
the question, though. Like, what do you think?
You're
So
going
what-
into the science of the animal, like it.
So what do you think though?
Because
Because that's the point. If you say a snapping turtle, then we can say, right, what if Kai Greene had a shield? Or what if he had a bat? Like a little
It
bat?
would be
Shield-
fair because the turtle has a
Or if
big
he
old
had a-
shield on his back.
What if he had a fork?
He could be.
He's only 1
he'd
foot,
be
so a
eating
fork's
turtle
pretty
that
good.
night.
Like,
Do
it'd
you
be
have a big
massive.
fork or a little fork?
But it'd be a normal sized fork.
He'd be getting his
Normal
protein
size
in.
Like
he'd get a
human
fork.
sized fork, but he's a foot.
Depends how accurate he is, mate. He's pretty athletic,
It
obviously.
wouldn't be a very good weapon. If
I don't think
he's
his
so
cardio is
blunt
that
in
good,
that
though.
in that size.
I think it'd be a longer.
No, it's normal sized fork, so it's still like human sized
Yeah,
fork.
no, but the thing is,
He's a
at
foot.
that level, it'd be blunt.
Why?
Because we eat sausages with forks. I'm not a snapping turtle, not raw snapping
Yeah, but
turtle.
if I stabbed you with a fork, mate,
It would fucking
it
hurt.
would go straight
I'm not
through.
I'm not a snapping turtle.
Yeah, but the
You're-
neck,
you're hitting the
yeah,
head,
the
mate,
neck
or the
or
neck,
whatever is
like-
like not.
You're not
Yeah,
going to
but-
hit his shell, are
But
you?
also a snapping turtle will go back into its shell.
Then you just turn it over and stab it in the chest.
Yeah, to be fair, if there's anyone who could turn over a massive turtle, it'd be Kai Greene.
Yeah,
Because he could just deadlift it.
yeah.
Just like flipping
Yeah.
a tyre over.
And,
Yeah.
Bang
he
on the
could,
fork.
he'd end up squatting over, I think.
So you're giving a forkless type Kai Greene the L, but you're giving a Kai Greene with a
You
fork.
could treat him to like a little toy racing car that he could drive. And
Just
shit.
think it'd be like a spear for little Ty Green.
Yeah.
Kai
Ty
Ty Green.
Green.
Ty Green. Is his brother.
Kai Greene.
Ty Lopez. Imagine having 40 mini Ty Lopez fight like one like mini Kai Greene.
You get fucked.
Yeah.
Or Kai Greene.
Knowledge.
No. Knowledge boy.
Yeah.
That's
nah.
You get banged like quick time. Well,
One by one, Kai would just be throwing them about.
I'm liking the hypothetical questions. To be fair, I feel
Yeah.
like our efforts need to be focused on a more worthy question, right? Like what question, like a question that's a bit more interesting than like a would you rather. Not saying that one didn't produce enough material, but I mean, like a superpower's like not a bad idea. Like what else?
what are you thinking?
I'm kind of thinking like I mean.
Have you told the story on a podcast when you? I think you may have. So like, but like when you ate weed out the toilet.
I don't think I want to get into that.
I don't think he has.
I don't know. I definitely haven't because I mean that's not the sort of thing I'd want to talk about. I mean it's pretty funny though. I can. It's not.
Are you
really,
sure you haven't?
It's not really what I'd want on a public record though, because like, I mean yeah. I mean, it's pretty funny though. Like, maybe we could do like a special edition, like,
Nah,
just record
I
it.
think
Like,
it's free flirt, bro.
I don't know. I don't
What
know
did
if
you,
I don't know if I want the whole story on it. But I tell you what, like, for anyone listening, maybe another time. It's pretty
I
funny.
mean,
It's pretty funny.
yeah. Maybe you should probably wait till you're out of uni, maybe.
Yeah.
But like, moral of the story is he ate weed out the toilet. So.
Yeah.
All right, cheers, mate.
Well, I said
Allegedly.
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 Allegedly. I'll give you that. Allegedly.
Could have been coriander.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll
could
tell you
be.
what. I'll tell you what.
Could have been nothing.
Wow.
Could have been a little bit of nothing.
It was my toilet. Anyway, it wasn't for any reason. Oh, for fuck's sake! Why'd you bring that up? Anyway,
Mate, give this a try, mate. I had a bit earlier. Like, I want you to try it.
mate, that's not very.
It's called Wow.
He's
But
giving
it's
me a
just like-
drink to drink right now. Like,
Just try it. It was a bit
but
weird.
I don't worry. I actually do have something to like move this onto. But wait, let me give this drink a try.
Don't do that, bro.
For anyone listening,
Did you have
it's
enough?
like- yeah, I could feel there's
Bit
chia
weird,
seeds.
right?
There's chia seeds in it, which is good. I saw that and I nearly bought it,
Yeah.
but.
But it's got like a jelly around it, and it's like drinking frog spawn.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like that aloe vera drink.
It is, but it's also weird.
You know,
It's like someone just spits in your mouth.
in Rick and Morty where there's different universes and shit. Like, what are some weird, like, I was thinking about this the other day, like, what are some weird universes? Like, in Rick and Morty they have this, like, thing where they can go to different universes and shit. And, like, there's different, like, realities. Like, and there's, like, a corn on the cob reality.
So yeah, I was thinking that the other day as well.
So what realities, like, would be funny?
Everything on the carb.
What I want to know about that bit is, like, why is everything being on the cob a bad thing? Would it, like, get in your genetics and shit?
Yeah, I thought that as well.
Oh, well, I mean, it's.
But I guess it's
I
just
don't think
weird.
I don't think it's supposed to make that much sense.
He's weird and annoying.
Everything's on the cob.
On a carb.
Carb.
They call it a carb.
Carbs on a carb.
It doesn't sound like carb though. It sounds like right in Americanism. Anyway, what universes? You could have like a.
You can have anything though. You can just say anything, can't you?
Yeah,
Like,
but
Is there anything like
the universe where
toaster?
at midday everyone shits their pants. Like,
Okay, well, yeah, well, let's build on that. Like, I mean,
It's a good start.
Yeah. The thing is though, like, you have like you have like a universe where everything's red, and like no one knows they're red, because everything's red.
Yeah.
Wouldn't really work though, because you can't see anything.
Don't know.
Yeah, you can still see stuff.
You see,
wouldn't- I
you'd be
wouldn't
like
be.
short. You'd be like short-sighted.
There's a
Because
pretty
you'd
red
have to be able
filter
to
over anything. isn't
get
there?
close enough for it to be like to see the shadows and stuff. You'd
Yeah,
work
the
with
thing is
shadows.
you'd basically be blind though, because everything would be red. Anyway, that's a shit one. What about?
Do you think it's weird that like we don't know that we can see the same color, but we just agree that colors?
I thought about this when I was younger, and I was thinking like, what, like, we could conceivably see, like, like, you could see, you know, when you invert colors on a computer, and it's like blue is orange and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, you could see that, but I think realistically, I mean, we're all basically related to each other, so we probably, like, we're not actually related to each other, but like, I'm just talking about kind of genetically.
Species, right?
Yeah, we're all the same species, so I
Yeah,
mean,
but-
presumably, like, we all see the same colours. But I get what you mean. It's kind of interesting to think about.
Maybe. But
we
then if you
definitely all see
you
the
have-
world. We definitely all see the world in a different way, which is interesting, and that's why, like, this is kind of hippie, but like, in some ways, everyone's got something to say, and like, everyone's got like, even if someone's a doyo, they can still say something that like breaks them or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Or also like because everyone is like the same like kind of mold, like, and then they or like code, and then they just go through life, and that's what makes them a person. Like anything, like you could have something you don't agree with, but like they're the logical answer to their life. They're like the logical like.
Well, it's just nature. Like, that's just
But, like,
reality.
yeah, but if like you know, like you get someone you don't agree with, and you think they're a dickhead and they're horrible, or whatever. Like, if you live their life, that's what you'd be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Well,
just
that's
like-
what you got to remember.
So but I mean, so like, what they're saying, whatever, is logical, because
Yeah,
it's a
the way
logical,
the
like
information
they're a
stacked
logical
up,
result based on what
Well,
they've
I
lived.
always think about that, because in some ways, if you think about it like that, you can kind of start to like go down the road of thinking like no one's really wrong, because if everyone's right in their minds, like, how can I ever be
Yeah,
sure that I'm right? But I
Yeah.
mean,
but you can always.
bring it back down to earth.
Well, it's about learning more about a subject, right? Eventually, you say there's more chance of you being right about
actually,
it.
that's an interesting point. Like, there's like the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is like people who don't know anything about stuff think they know more because they don't know how much there is to know.
Yeah.
But people who know a lot about a subject think they don't know much because they know how much there is to know and how much they don't know.
Well, that's what the learning curve is, right? So, like, the learning curve is like split into 4, and it's like incompetence, incompetence, and then it's
incompetence.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's like the lowest of low. You're like, I hold my hands up. I know nothing about this subject, and like I know I'm not competent in the subject. So like you're not confident about it. You're like, I don't know anything. Like, and then you start to learn a bit about it, and then you get like confident incompetence when you're like starting to. No, is it the other way around? Yeah, you're confident.
You're confident
So
being
it's like you're
confident,
saying, you start off confident because you're like, oh yeah, I know a bit. You don't know anything, so you don't know how big it is. You're incompetent, but you're confident, and then you start to realise, and you become incompetent and confident, and incompetent. Fucking hell.
That's basically what I'm like, because I'm like, like, because I kind of like talking about politics and stuff, but at the same time, I'm always like, we have no idea like what's really
exactly,
going on.
Yeah.
But then you become competent, but you're still inconfident because like because you're like
Because
I
in
know
reality,
a bit,
I
but
could
like
actually,
there's so much
if
more
I
to
study
know.
politics and stuff properly, you can actually. It's not like no one knows.
Yeah.
It's not a mystery to everyone.
And then you eventually become confident and competent. That's like the last stage, and that's like the learning curve. Like, you know what I mean? You fall into all 4 boxes before you like out the top. It's pretty cool.
Legend mode.
But yeah, like that's why society voting is like dumb. Like on like the big subjects, it's dumb because I don't know anything. Like I shouldn't be smart enough to. I'm not. Like
that's actually like
it shouldn't be put in my hands. Like there's people
like
that study that. Like
but that's just the
thing in
liberal view
politics.
that everyone's like has an individual viewpoint and everyone's viewpoint is valid.
That's
And, like,
what do you call it?
yeah, but should they all be valid? Like should
No,
mine
What do
be
you call
valid?
it? Democracy, because democracy is such a like protected thing. Like like it's weird, but you're right. Some stuff shouldn't be put to public vote, and there's like a thing in politics that like, they know that they don't put it. But some things like Brexit, like there could be an argument for it shouldn't have been put to the public vote. But I mean, let's not get into that.
Yeah.
Because like Brexit, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it now.
I just don't hear about it.
I don't hear about it. But yeah, if people vote emotionally about it, that's
People voted,
why
and
it's
then,
like,
like, I'm just gonna wake up and like do my thing each day.
yeah, it's just it's bullshit. It's just distract you from the fucking.
Isn't it? It's just like it's just something to talk about.
Do you hear about the fish wars? It's kind of funny because like.
Is it Brexit related?
Yeah, but it's interesting. It's an interesting effect of it. It's actually like not boring, like the daily grind of it.
Okay.
Like there was like basically in the channel they scrape the bottom of the sea for shellfish, and it's really bad for it, like the bottom of the sea, because it just destroys the whole seabed. But anyway, you're like fiddling on your phone.
Just carry on, mate. Like just carry on.
So in France they have a law where the fish stocks have to be like replenished, so they're not allowed to fish in a certain part of the sea during a certain part of the year, and the same law doesn't apply here. So we're basically going over to France really close to the waters and just like dredging up all the shellfish, and they can't do anything about it. And in their words, like the English come and just leave them with the scraps, and they're allowed to allowed to trawl, and then so the French like boats and like fishermen were like attacking the English bigger boats and shit. So it was like fish wars.
So before we'd be not doing that.
Well, it's kind of an effect of Brexit where like a deal hasn't been struck because of Brexit and all that bullshit. So that's why there's the fishermen like on the ground are like actually feeling the effects of it.
Fair.
Anyway, I was watching that, and like this isn't like politics related. It's more fun. Like there was a guy on there who was like one of the English fishermen, and he was like kind of like he was like a man of the sea, and he had like a massive gold chain around his neck. And it was funny just to think of like why he just has a gold chain. It's probably kind of like what you have to do if you're in a boat, because then if you like wash up somewhere, you have like that's a gold chain. I don't know. It's pretty badass though.
It's pretty chav.
Well, I mean, I didn't use that word, but he was a man of the sea though. So he's kind of cool in that respect. But yeah, he was.
So he's not a roadman, but he's like sea man.
He's kind of a likely lad, but I mean it'd be kind of cool. I saw him and I was like, I could drop everything and be a man of the sea.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was thinking like, imagine how much weight that is, like that gold necklace.
If he like fell in the sea, like you're fucked. Like, for the
Anchor
opposite of a life jacket.
Yeah.
Anchor around
He
his
probably
neck.
wears 2 life jackets.
Neck anchor. But yeah, man. Are you like planning on going sober then, like soon?
Yeah. From weed.
He's quit the booze, mate.
Yeah, I don't.
Getting
back in.
I don't really drink. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's not ironic either. Like I smoke too much weed, but I don't really drink. Thinking that I don't really drink, so But no, we're gonna do sober October. I'm not that bad, but I'm just aware of the fact that like addictions can creep in.
Well, I just did 5 weeks off, obviously.
Yeah, it's
like,
nice, mate.
I don't get killed or like shot on knees for having weed.
Yeah.
In Bali, so like we had 5 weeks off, and it was pretty decent, man. Like I had mad dreams. Like
I had a dream last night.
Woke up.
I did, just while it's in my head. I had a dream last night, and what I dreamt was that a monkey was like attacking my cat, and the monkey like had my cat on a raised surface where I couldn't reach, and it was like biting its claws off, like declawing it. Yeah.
Yeah, you get some scary dreams, man.
Yeah.
I had some like weird, like proper vivid dreams, man. when my like dreams first started to come back.
Yeah.
They like tailed off now. But like, so when I was in Bali, like the first on like day 8 or something, my nan died, right? And then on day one, my fucking nan died.
I
Right?
thought you were joking.
No. And like,
You did a Snapchat about that?
yeah. And by like day 30 or 25 or something, like when like the weeds started to get out my system and I started to dream mad shit, like I had
I don't think so,
mad. No, but okay, but like I was getting mad. That was the peak of like the vivid, like they were getting more vivid.
Mm.
And like I had a couple of mad ones before that, a couple of days before that. But like I had a mad one, mate, when like went to see my nan and like I was apologising for not seeing her enough.
Shit.
And it was bare vivid, mate. Like bare.
Mate, I had a dream about my nan as well, but
And
continue.
I had to like tell her, like, yeah, I love you, like, but yeah, I'm sorry, like I fucked up, like not seeing you enough.
Yeah.
And like it was bare vivid, mate. But like it was good though, because I woke up and I was like, oh yeah, shit, like I should make an effort to see my other grandparents now.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
why
I
it's
mean,
good.
like-
That's why dreams are important, and that's why it's bad that we take them away, because
Yeah.
you probably miss out on a lot of realizations
Well, it's
that
like
might
a-
contribute to
yeah.
why you're kind of like a stoner.
Yeah.
And, like,
Well, because it's almost like a little like self-help thing. Like,
I think
dreams.
it's
What's
like it's showing you what
do you think it's your brain that processing?
It's. I think it's the things that what people think in psychology and shit. It's like that you repress certain thoughts during the day, and then at night it kind of comes out, and you start thinking about it. Like I also had a dream about my nan, and like she has dementia, and I was like talking to her, and sometimes like when you talk to them, like something comes out that's like they kind of you say something and they say something back,
triggers.
and like they actually you have like a little bit of conversation, but she was like nailing it every time. She was getting shit and saying it back to me,
Nice.
and I was like hugging her, and that was the dream really.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I know what you mean, because
I hadn't smoked weed in a week, and then I started getting dreams, so that was one of them. And then the other dream was I was going around my old school, and it was like a town, and I was just like catching up with people, jokes, like it's sick. I was like, mate, that was a well nice dream.
Yeah. It's mad though. It's mad how it works.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
what were you saying? Oh yeah, about
we should like before this poddy, like it wasn't really how we started this, but we had like a vape earlier, but we should like. But to be fair, I'm still here for like a bit longer of summer. But yeah. Tell me the
I
dreams,
think
man.
after you go to uni, I'll do it with you happily.
Yeah,
for
no,
a month.
I'm for the first month definitely not gonna smoke any, just because I don't want to like just get in with the stoners again.
Yeah.
I want to just like
Yeah,
continue.
man,
that.
I'm not for it. I'll go separately. Fuck it.
Yeah, no, it's
It was
decent.
actually nice, mate. Like,
Yeah, it's good.
Getting sick, rented.
And then just stick to weekends.
But that's the thing. It is so like I was watching something about like I kind of talk a lot about booze and shit, but I know you guys just got back from holiday and you've been drinking better, so I mean that's good. Like that's what you're supposed to do. But like it's very easy to have like addictions and shit, and like alcohol is like a mad one, because like most people kind of like if it's at the point where you're a much like sounder person when you're drunk, like you kind of already like lost the battle, because then like you need to be like drunk to I don't know, but drinking's like really like that's like really old drug. It's like 1,000 years old. So
it's interesting that we're like genetically changed as well to take alcohol.
really,
Like we can metabolize alcohol way better than like
A lot of other races can't, like,
the
Asian.
Chinese, for example. Like
actually speaking of that,
like-
there's some like I knew a guy who would always his face would always go really red when he drank, and he would always have kind of a rough experience from it, but he would still get really drunk all the time. And he was from Hong Kong, and I read later that some like if you're from Hong Kong or that kind of near that place, like you can have
sounds like allergies.
it's like an allergy. Yeah, it's like an allergy to alcohol. It makes your skin red, and so when I read that, I was like, oh shit, that guy was having a horrible time. Because I don't think he even knew that he was allergic to it. Because I mean, you would just assume, oh, it's gonna be bad for me. So that would be a bit of shit.
Yeah.
We met people and they've been, say, travelling for like 4 months, well, as an average probably, and then because they were going out a lot, they were getting alcohol tremors, like if they didn't drink. And so they were actually.
Mate, when the earthquake hit, they were forced to like not drink for a bit. Like some of them still drank. Some of them like that night were still drinking like all night. They went and got booze and stuff like in the shops. And like, the first one hit, think of that. But like some of them like didn't, and like the next day they were getting like jittery because they're so used to drinking every single night.
Well, that's actually quite dangerous because, like, I mean, in their case, probably not too bad because they're not proper alcoholics. Well, they probably may, if they get tremors. I mean, the thing is with alcohol, it's one of the few drugs where you can actually die from the withdrawal. With heroin, like, you're not going to die directly from the withdrawal. It's going to be a horrible time, but won't die from it. With alcohol, like, you kind of need it. Like, you kind of need to taper it.
Yeah, so it's mad. Like, the earthquake hit, and they're like, but like, the next day they all start drinking again. Like,
yeah, I mean,
like once they got a chance, like once they got to alcohol, like once they got to safety, like well, not safety, but like the safe hostel, the ones that stayed open and stuff to help people, like they like just started drinking again.
Yeah, I mean, at that point
just to keep it going, like.
Yeah.
And they all say how they feel so much better and stuff. Like,
I bet they do.
It's mad how quick it creeps up in you.
we didn't drink too much, do we? Like, we drank every few days. Like.
Nah, we didn't drink.
In some ways, it's actually good to get
I
really
wasn't
fucked on
drinking
holiday.
throughout the day, really. I was just drinking if I was getting pissed, like when we were having beers all the time. Like,
I would start very late as well.
It's good to have a blowout when you're on holiday, though, because it's like smoking when you're on holiday. If you can manage to not smoke when you get back, smoking's actually quite nice. Like, but it's only if like, because it is so addictive. Because it's like smoke is like, it's not just the nicotine; it like makes your brain really happy. So it's fooked.
We like started smoking after the earthquake hit. Like,
yeah.
Like having the fags off people. Cause like,
it's like in the army, like they'll smoke because they might die.
Yeah.
So.
It's interesting. Like, it's funny though. Like gets you through. Like, it's funny.
Yeah, but it was
a
nice.
Little prop. Like.
It's funny that you didn't think of it till then, because I mean, I think it would have been, even if there wasn't an earthquake, it would have been reasonable to have a fag on the go. Like, it can be pretty nice, especially if it's like not every time you have a holiday.
Yeah. Cheeky mentho every now and again. It's not too bad.
I hate menthol.
I didn't smoke that much though.
Yeah, I hate menthol when I did smoke.
Really?
Gives me a headache. Or it's just like when I did smoke, I haven't smoked for years and years. Like, I just smoked when I was a kid. I was never really addicted. If you want a fag, like, and then someone gives you menthol, it's like okay, it's like you take it, but
I like a cheeky menthol, to be honest.
Yeah, no, if you like them, you like it. They can be really nice. There's some with like the ball that you click.
Yeah,
it's like the ice ones. They're fucking peng.
Yeah.
That's ones we had.
Yeah, they're nice.
But like every 2 days, like, cause you bought a few packets and stuff, didn't you? Like, and
I bought one packet, mate.
Oh, right.
When we went out, like.
Get the packet.
But sometimes, like,
because one night
we'd chuck them out.
Yeah.
And then a few days, 5 days later, we'd go out and buy more. Like.
Yeah. Or you throw them away and like.
Yeah.
I'm not having any more.
Or someone would give us a pack or whatever because they're going home.
Yeah.
And then like we'd have a few.
I literally bought a packet of menthols, like took them up one night out and smoked like fucking 5 of them, and like gave some away and then just threw the packet away.
If you like, if you're
like, cause so ill.
Thing is though, if you're out like at a club and shit and you don't smoke, it's like, mate, it's brass when like, the thing is like, I'm not trying to like slag off smokers, but they don't realise how much it smells.
Yeah.
And it's like most grim smell.
Yeah, I don't think they care either.
Well, I mean, I think there's
a balance.
Yeah, it's both of those things.
It's brass when people smoke around you and you eat though.
I hate it when they assume like just because they're outside they can smoke. That annoys me. Like, but it's like mate, the table behind you are eating like whatever.
Yeah,
and it's
I mean, that's when they don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, you can blow it upwards like.
Yeah, but it's still like you watch the wind go and you just go straight over them and their food like. They're really smelling that when they're fucking trying to eat. Like.
Well, I mean.
So if there's 2 people, then this makes it alright because there's 2 of them.
If you sat outside, like, people might be smoking outside. So I mean, it's peak, but
depends. It depends where you are as well. Like, if you're under, like, sometimes you won't be outside-ish, but you're still under cover. It's just all open.
You know what else is like? I've only ever experienced this once, so you can't really. This isn't really like a big relatable thing, but. Like, if you... So one time a guy came around my house, like, who was a friend of my flatmates, and, like, he was vaping, but he had, like, a really, really good vape, and, like, he was vaping, and, like, he'd blow out a cloud, and the whole room would be full of vape, and, like, be sort of floating off the table and shit.
Vaping weed?
No, like, the nicotine stuff, and the juice, and it was kind of cool, but it's also kind of like, mate, like...
Annoying.
Yeah. We don't smoke fags in this, so, like, fuck off with that shit.
Yeah.
Nah, it's cool, though, like, vaping is, like... I mean, it's not that bad. But yeah.
Like, could you not see anything for like a second? suffered that
So
much.
Well,
some
I mean,
kind
it
of
was
like
kind
a
of-
smoke
it wasn't-
fucking machine.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't.
fuck
It
off,
wasn't.
any of that.
It wasn't that bad, but it was kind of just like funny, and it's kind of like, it's like bad enough to be inconsiderate, but it's like, it's also like it's vaping. I'm supposed to be. He doesn't know that I'm like my fat mate would always smoke fags and it was just the most horrible thing. Because like eventually I got used to it and like I had to deal with it, but like he would always smoke a fag in the toilet, thinking like it wouldn't stink the whole flat out.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, he was an alright guy, but he would always smoke a fag like he's like first thing in the morning, like, wake up, have a shit, and like smoke a fag at the same time. So
That's long.
yeah, when you have
That's
a
so
fag,
brassy,
when you have
brother.
when you have a fag, like you always need a shit after because it's a laxative. So I mean, I don't know if it was at the point where he was just like having a fag to have a shit, but it's just
Imagine
like,
that. Like
he
at that
thought he
point,
needed to
like
shit
you
every
need like.
morning.
mate, then he's like has the cheek to tell me I left some piss in the toilet. It's like, mate, it's disgusting. I'm like, mate, you smoke in the toilet. Like, fuck yourself.
Disgusting.
Do that? You probably leave piss on top of piss on top of piss.
I don't know. I mean,
Piss on top of pubes on
You
top
kind
of
of like. I mean, if someone leaves like, let's not get into that.
Do you remember you were like? I think before we spoke about it in the podcast, you were saying like about like you kept
Pube.
finding pubes
Oh,
on the
yeah.
toilet seat.
Yeah, that was. I think we
And like you used to
actually.
clean them up,
we
but
already-
eventually you're like, I'm not cleaning them up, like
Well, I
because
think
it might not be mine.
when I
Everyone just
say-
cleaned
when
up
you-
someone else's pubes.
When you say that, it was like there were 2 times I saw a pube. The first time I wiped off my knee,
Oh,
and because I was like, that might be mine, so I just don't want to piss him off. And the second time I saw one, I was like, all right, well, I'm not gonna run the risk of just cleaning his pubes up because I didn't know whose they were. I mean, you left
It's
the
funny,
insurance in the sink, brass. Anyway, I can't wait to go to uni next year because it's not gonna be in that fucking shit flat. It's gonna be in halls, so it's
It
gonna
was
be
good
nice.
for that. It was good for like.
It was good when you guys came around, but it
Yeah.
was shit living there. Trust me. It was a nice like with a good view, but like just lonely.
Yeah,
just, like,
yeah,
boring.
yeah.
But especially if I didn't have a car, so like, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, so you're gonna have a flat, halls and a car.
Yeah, no one to park my car, but nah, it's gonna be banging. Yeah.
That's a good thing though, because you might have to park it like a little bit
Oh,
away,
yeah,
and then
no,
sometimes
I'll
it'll be
manage.
better to like go and walk to uni than like go to the car and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But that'd be cool. We can do like pod there and shit.
Yeah, bing bing.
Yeah,
Do you want to go put these fucking pieces on?
yeah, that's
That's what
true.
I'm
That's
saying.
true. Say I've
Should
actually
we go for a while?
I actually enjoyed that poddy because like you know the
1 hour
parts
12.
like I sounds just chill. Like I think when they're quite long, like you chill a bit more.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
no, it's
eventually
nice.
just like become just a conversation.
I
You gotta
guess.
try and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, you
That's-
can't
Well, we should start by
Right,
telling a story.
yes.
That's the thing, right? Like,
That's what we.
also, we have just only seen you like 2 days
So
since
we
we
might
back.
just
So
tell
Yeah,
you.
I
Yeah.
haven't really heard about the earthquake either. So I mean, that's like pretty real and pretty jarring.
yeah.
You
But,
want a clang clang?
But no, it's good to hear. But I mean, for the benefit of the tape, like I've only just heard this shit. So I mean, it's fucking hot off the press, lads.
And then hot off the pea rise.
Fresh.
Yeah, we'll have
Anyway,
some more shit to talk about soon. We should do these more though, and like the more we do them, the better I get.
Once we've got an easier rig now.
Also, yeah, we need a different name as well.
I was literally about to say it. We need to think of a name. I, mean, I thought one would come naturally, but I'm a bit.
The thing is, we might
I'm
wait
still-
forever for
I'm
that.
still kind of a bit concussed from earlier, to be honest. So, like,
Good sparring sesh.
yeah, it's nice. But we
Yeah.
should, yeah.
See you's in a piece, mighty way out.
Speaketh the trutheth. Gandhi 2012.
Sorry for the mango.
Don't sweat it. Sorry for the mango.
Never
Signing out.
sweep the fish under the blanket.
You want a clang clang?